Hi there, my name is Derek, and welcome to GamerBody. In this video, we're going over a weekly recap on the training I'm doing, nutrition, things I'm working on, all of that good stuff. We're going to talk about it in this video so I can give you an update on where I currently am and where I want GamerBody to move in the upcoming weeks. I plan on making one of these each and every week so you can stay up to date with my current results, things I'm addressing, problems I'm having, all of that good stuff so that you can kind of learn my thought process and how I actually do my training from home to stay in shape. With that, let's jump into my current body stats so you can see where I'm at. To start out, I am 5 feet 11 inches tall, so we need to use that height when taking a look at my current stats. Starting off, my weight is 191 pounds with a 14.9% body fat percentage, and the Renfo Bluetooth digital scale says that my metabolic age is 30, which I'm not quite yet, but I will be come October. So those are my body stats as of July 19th, 2020, which was this past Sunday. I will be weighing in every Sunday and only on Sundays to see how that progression goes over time. And with that, I did actually take out the tape measure and do all of my body stats, so I'll be updating you on that as well. So let's take a look at each of my body stats as they are right now. And yes, this is shooting it as of today, July 24th, 2020. So starting off from top down, my neck came in at 15 inches around. Moving down to my shoulders, that came in with a measurement of 50 inches all the way around. Next up is the chest, and that came in with a measurement of 40 inches. Both my left and right bicep are 15 inches. My current waist size is 33 inches around. Both of my thighs came in at 23 inches, and my calves came in at 16 inches. So here is a spreadsheet of what the Adonis ratio and golden ratios are. So I usually plug these in and see how far off I am. And this is basing it off my wrist size as well as the Adonis ratio. So these are two kind of different ones. I put them side to side to see how far off I am from getting that perfect male physique. My aim is to get as close to these measurements as possible over time while only training from the comfort of home. Alright, moving on, let's take a look at the GamerBody program as it stands and what I'm looking to do with it moving forward. So at the time that you are now watching this video, version 1.6 is now available on GamerBody.com. I've been running it for the past week and a half or so, and I've really liked where it came out. There are some things I will be looking to improve in the future, such as cheaper equipment and maybe even removing items, but as it stands, I'm really liking the current program as it is. So if you've been following this channel, you know I like to get up early for my workouts, and I've been aiming to try and get up at 5 and start my workouts by 5:30 a.m. However, that hasn't really been happening on a consistent basis. It's more like I get up around 6 to 6:30 and my workouts are done between 7 and 7:30, as I do take about an hour, especially for the resistance training days. And that's just getting a bit late for me, as it only leaves me about half an hour to get breakfast and ready for work each day. So I am going to try and focus on getting up at the right times moving forward, but just note that my sleep has been not the greatest, as I've been staying up late and playing games with my friends pretty late into the night on some days, even to as much as midnight, giving me only like even 4.5 to 5 hours of sleep, which is well below what I should be getting. And this is probably the number one reason why I'm not seeing results as fast as I should be, as sleep has been one of the biggest problems with me in terms of being consistent with it. And consistency is what gets you the results in the long run, so that is something I have to work on improving. Right now, this program is a full body program where it is 3 resistance training days per day, as well as a cardio/carry day that I threw in there. So for me, Monday, Wednesday, Friday are those resistance training days, which take about an hour to complete, and then Tuesday and Thursday are the cardio/carry days, which I am also adding in what are called trigger sessions. Trigger sessions come from the Mind Pump crew with their MAPS aesthetics programs. I have purchased both of them in the past, and I basically just use my resistance bands to hook them up. Basically what you're doing is you're providing just enough stimulus to the muscle to continue to let it to grow. It's not like a full-blown workout. It's more like, hey, here's some resistance. Make sure that you are still aiming to grow over time. And it just provides an additional anabolic signal while not taxing the muscles too much because you just trained them the day before. I also threw in carries, as I think they are an excellent exercise to have overall. And I'm also throwing in a cardio, which I've actually reduced my running cardio from a 5K just down to 1 mile. So my goal is to just make 1 mile as fast as possible, and that's my goal over the long run. I just didn't really like running 5Ks. It got kind of boring and long. So I'm just doing 1 mile now, which takes me between like 6 to 8 minutes depending on how I feel that day. I think today's was around like 7:28 or something like that. but just know I am cutting that down to 1 mile. And then on my Thursday workout, the jump ropes I cut down to 3 sets of 100 instead of 5. On the weekends, I'm also adding in mobility. So I was watching the Calisthenics Movement channel, and they came out with an awesome video on, I think it's titled something like everything you should do in the morning when you wake up. I don't know, something title like that. Basically, you should wake up and do this every single day kind of thing. And they made a mobility exercise, which is excellent in my opinion. I'm going to be doing that one. So it's inspired by that. I'll be adding in things like hangs from my pull-up bar, as well as things like Superman into there as well. So it'll have 2 additional ones, but it shouldn't make it that much longer. It's really just a circuit-based thing where I just kind of blast through them with no rests. But it's not overly taxing. It's just helping me get more mobile, as I do struggle with that quite a bit, and have, again, kind of forward round the shoulders just a little bit, not as much as it used to be. And then my hip flexors are pretty bad, so I really need to work on getting more mobility in my hip flexors overall to improve my overall mobility, as I do sit for the majority of the day, especially when doing my normal 9-to-5 job. And as I mentioned before, I'm trying to reduce the overall number of equipment that I currently own for my home fitness training. Right now, if you add everything up, it gets pretty expensive, and I know a lot of people can't afford all the items. I get a lot of comments asking for just things like an only resistance bands workout, and while I don't think that is the best approach, maybe if you're traveling it's okay, but it's not the best approach for doing your long-term training in my opinion. I still think free weights like dumbbells are necessary, but there are some items I would like to reduce down so that you aren't spending so much money in terms of getting equipment for your home gym. My hot 2 I'm looking to remove are the cross ropes and the Libre dip bar station. While I think they are very high quality and they definitely can be used depending on what your end goals are, for me, I think I can get around it and really not need them. I'm also potentially looking to remove the bench, which is actually in my top 5 pieces of home equipment that I think you should own in like all of those videos. However, I think I might be able to just use the floor to get the results again that I'm looking for. So instead of paying $100 for a bench, you might just be able to do the floor, and depending on what the exercises I choose are, I could get around it without needing one. The main reason, it just takes up a lot of room in my office sitting in the corner. I might want to add a couch there instead, and I don't like to put it together and remove it each day and put it in my closet, so I do leave it there all the time. It does have a lot of value again in my training, but being that it costs a lot of money for most people, and it kind of just takes up a lot of unnecessary room in my office, it is something I am looking to remove overall. And I know a lot of people want to build these massive home gyms. I want mine to be as small as possible, just the necessary items that actually get me the results. I don't need anything fancy, so that is why I'm looking to kind of dumb down what I own, make it as cheap as possible for the highest quality products that I can find. And that's why I do a lot of reviews on this channel to show you what I am currently buying and looking into helping you build your home gym with. That way you can save money instead of spending hundreds and hundreds and hundreds on items that don't do much in the long run. I think right now the main goal is to have the pieces of equipment that I own must do at least 2 separate exercises. So you could say the Libre Fitness Equalizers could, where it does like dips and inverted rows, but I actually recently removed inverted rows, so now it's just dips that I'm doing for my training. So that's kind of where I'm like, one exercise for a $120 item, that's a lot. Where dumbbells, I use them for like over half the exercises I use. Yes, they were $325 for me to buy. Right now with the virus, they're like $1,000. But once they go back to regular prices at like, I think it was like $220 before the virus hit, that is a steal in my opinion for something I use literally every single week and get so much value added. So those are the items I'll be looking to buy and move forward with in the future. And I'll be reviewing quite a bit more products as I continue to grow this channel. So make sure that you keep adding in comments into these videos on products you would like me to review to see if they are something I might use for my home training. If I won't use it, I'll say in the comment why I won't be buying this product, because there are some that you guys give to me that I just think are terrible overall and I just wouldn't buy them. Alright, enough on the training. Let's jump into my eating and nutrition as it currently stands. So I've been following Greg Doucette and his channel quite heavily over the past, I'd say, couple months, and he has a lot of great information. If you don't know who he is a, I believe, still pro bodybuilder. He has his IFBB Pro card, and he sells like cookbooks, some training plans. You can also hire him directly, but his cookbook is what I'm going to talk about here, as I did go ahead and purchase the Anabolic Home Chef from him. This is a digital download as it comes in, but I went the next step further and I actually got it printed so that I can just take it out of my cupboard when I want to make something, flip through it, pick the recipe I want to do, and go from there. So far it's been so good. The only critique I'd have is that I would like to have pictures. That's pretty much the only thing. My wife said the same thing, but other than that, so far it looks pretty awesome, and I've only tested a few items, but once I've tested like 5 to 10 different recipes, I'll be making a final review for the channel. Hopefully Greg sees it and gets to do one of those response videos I've seen him make so many times. Now I'm not going to go through every single thing I ate this week. I'm just going to show you a quick slideshow of what the things I kind of eat are in a week, and here they are in a quick slideshow. Now let's jump into my supplements and other things that I buy to help enhance my training. The first supplement is the Legion Double Chocolate Whey Protein. This is just cheaper than the vanilla one. I actually prefer vanilla taste over chocolate, but it is a little cheaper on Amazon.com, so I have been purchasing that one. This is the same guy who wrote the book Bigger, Leaner, Stronger, Michael Matthews, and it's on my website as being one of the books you should pick up first and read, as it kind of dispels everything you'll need to ever know about the myths and what you should be focusing on in your home training. A lot of the information from that book I relay in a lot of my videos back to you, so just note that that book is a great starting place for anyone who is new and just wants to learn the fundamentals on how you really build muscle and look your best while training. He does it in the gym, and I kind of just made it into my own home training workouts. His style is a little different. He does more push-pull legs, mine's more full body, but the principles on exercises chosen are pretty much the same. For protein bars, my favorite are the Kirkland Cookie Dough protein bars, which they just taste good. I basically can just eat these all day long, and they're pretty good in terms of calorie and protein intake. I buy them off Amazon right now, but normally I would get them from Costco as they are pretty cheap there. So whatever you have, or whatever available to you, get them where you can buy them. Also, they are over at GamerBody.com on the website as my favorite protein bar. My last part about nutrition, something that I've been using a lot to cook meals, is the Instant Pot with air fryer. While this is pretty expensive, as the Instant Pot itself is expensive and the air fryer is just an additional like $70, this has been something that has saved me so much time, and the air fryer part has been absolutely amazing when cooking things like salmon. We now use the air fryer all the time. If I'm not grilling, we almost make everything with the air fryer. We still pan fry things as well, but the air fryer has become one of the staple things I use in my cooking each and every week. Instant Pot is still there, but I'd say the air fryer has now become like the #1 thing we use. And that's it for the nutrition. So for videos that I've launched this past week, I have 3 and you should check them out. The first one is the U-Powex bands, as I've used them for now 6+ months and want to update you on what I think of the product overall. I also received the Black Mountain resistance bands this week and did an initial unboxing and first impressions on the product, so make sure you check that out to see if it's something that could enhance your home training. And lastly, I launched a video on 5 cheat codes you can use to burn body fat from the comfort of home. Nothing crazy special here, it's really the fundamentals on how you should approach burning body fat. Stop trying to do these quick fixes. Instead, focus on what actually works. Aim to build muscle over time so you build the best body you can, and then reap the rewards as you feel the best and look the best from doing it the right way. So to finish up this video, there was one question that came in from you guys to my email, and I wanted to address it here for my training. And the question came over as, do you do warm-ups for your training? And if so, what do you do? And for me, for my training days, I really don't do much in terms of warming up. For right now, it's actually built into the current program as you see on the website, but the first exercise I do is actually just like a body weight version or band version of the first exercise that I would be doing in the training. So for example, if I'm doing squats, I would just do something like 10 body squats before picking up the weights and doing a heavy set afterwards. For the bench press, I would just do something like push-ups instead, because they have no weight, I just use body weight. And then for deadlifts, I would just do good mornings instead without any weight as well, just to kind of get the body ready for those particular movements. And then after you do your first set of the heavy stuff, your body's pretty much ready to go from there for anything else you throw at it. And that is it on everything I did in the past week. I aim to make a new one of these each and every week for you guys, just giving you an update. And I hope these are also helpful so you can get my perspective on what I'm doing, what I'm working on, and how I'm enhancing my home training to continue to improve and get better over time. Again, if you have any questions or concerns, please make sure you add them in the comments here or send them over to DerekM@GamerBody.com, as I can take them from there and relay them back in the ending of these videos so that you get your questions answered live from me on my video trainings. Alright, and that is it. So I hope you did like this video. If you did, please like and subscribe to GamerBody for more videos just like this one. If you haven't already, make sure you head over to GamerBody.com. There you can check out the new program version 1.6, as well as the equipment and resources I am using in order to build muscle, burn body fat, and gain confidence, all from the comfort of home. And that is it. So again, please like and subscribe. I'll see you all in the next video. Be fit and game on.